I don't
what's
even know what to
happening.
say, guys. Tonight, we're just going to react to the craziness and to Cisco leaving. We're going to have our full breakdown because my mind cannot even deal with. I mean, you guys knew this was coming. You knew this was coming. I'm Chris. That's it. Welcome to Sibz, West Coast, East Coast siblings, where we break down your favorite movies and TV shows. This is all about reaction. You all know it was stupid. I know it's stupid. Why doesn't anybody want to acknowledge this? Before we get into it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell. Sydney, what?
Well, okay, so since we're just talking about Cisco leaving, I actually had some real feels. I love Cisco from the jump. I think from the very first episode, actually, no, from when they were on Arrow and they woke Barry up. From when Cisco and Caitlin showed up on Arrow, I was like, I like this guy. He's so I was sad to see Cisco go, even though the storyline is full, I'm sure. I like Cisco, and I'm definitely gonna miss him.
Listen,
Hi.
I'm responding to comments right there. I don't know if yes. welcome. I did not like this episode at all since Cisco left. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We're reacting to Cisco's departure. And I understand Cisco was a great character. I will say that. I know nobody's going to like me for this, but I stopped liking Cisco after he made the stupid decision to get rid of his own powers. And then because here's the thing. After that point, every point from that time on, he was just trying to get his powers back.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say,
make
I
sense.
think
Like, at least when you had powers. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was going to say, yeah, I think that's what's the most stupid is that he went through all that trouble to lose his powers, and then he went through even more trouble to get them back to be a superhero. Like, it seemed pointless.
Exactly. And and the thing is, if you have your powers, you can choose not to use them. Right. That's it. But why take your powers away and then try and get them back? But anyway, we're not going to bash Cisco because this is his first time, not his first time, but, he's leaving. This was his last time really on the show for a minute. But he was a great character. They obviously had the montage where they talked about, him naming all the supervillains, which was really cool. Captain Cold and the Weather Wizard, etc. So, but come on, we it was so overshadowed by the Lady Gaga at the end. What was that about?
Yeah, that was super random. But I feel like maybe that was
cringe.
One of those things where it's like we didn't know what was happening behind the scenes, and like maybe like the actors were always making a joke that they love to do karaoke or something. Because a lot of them are singers. That is like another thing that they do. They're musical.
Yes, I knew Grant Gustin.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe that's what that was.
I don't care what it was. This was inappropriate for television. I'm not talking about in an offensive way, but this was just so stupid and cringy. I know every superhero show has to have their fun moments. Okay, I'm not mad at that. But the thing is, like, you've got this superhero show that has struggled to be serious all year long. And I think that when you goof off like this, it doesn't hit right for me because the whole season has kind of been a joke. So it's just like an over-the-top joke and an already joke of a season thus far. They've had some good episodes, and I'm really excited for next week's episode because, it seems like it's going to be this really great filler episode. Really not important to the story, but a really good episode. But unfortunately, when the entire season has not really been hitting the mark, filler episodes, good or bad, are just kind of... I feel like a letdown personally for me.
Yeah, sorry. I'm looking up Carlos Valdez's Instagram to see like if he said anything like about it, because I'm like maybe like he like really likes karaoke and really likes Poker Face, so they were just like, here's a good way to send off. But one thing that I think maybe we're just being a little insensitive about is it was his last episode, and even though the show has been struggling to be serious, maybe we need to like give it the space that like Cisco has never been a serious character, and so maybe we need to like let his last episode be funny and goofy, because he definitely had a lot of like funny moments in this episode.
Fair enough. And you know what, Isaiah, I totally agree. I feel like all the characters have gotten... I mean, even my dad, while we were all watching the show, he was like, is it me or are they like getting worse? He was talking about the Flash in particular. But he was like, are they getting worse? And, he's not the type to kind of have a bias in just random shows like that. But he just noticed it. And I'm like, Yeah, okay, so it's not just us, but I agree. The only good show on the CW right now is Superman and Lois, which I will be covering its own right now. I'm going to fast forward the commercials and be right there with you guys after the episode ends. But yeah, guys, so this was Cisco's last episode, and I really feel like it didn't do his character justice. I feel like the old season 1 through season 4 or 5 Cisco would not have been happy with the way that, or not even season 5, 1 through 4, Cisco would not have been happy with the way that his character ended up. Kind of losing
I
his
mean,
powers, becoming a shell of himself. Yeah.
yeah. I think it was just pretty off brand. He's just leaving to go to Argus, and I don't understand that. Also, he's like so dedicated. Like at least he started out so dedicated to Star Labs and to. Why am I drawing a blank on what his name is? What
Cisco? Oh, and now you're breaking
like
up.
you know, they have such strong things like. Oh no! Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh.
Yeah, you're
So
good.
Cisco and Star Labs, they just go together so well, So I think it'll be weird to have a space without Cisco. But it didn't make sense to me that he was leaving to go to Argus, and his reason for leaving was everyone else was growing up and doing different things, and he was going to
Right.
be left behind. Because I'm like, Caitlin isn't doing anything. What are you
True.
talking about?
True. Exactly.
And like, I'm like, so his mindset is, oh, everyone else is growing up and leaving, so I'm gonna leave before everyone else does. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But I'll tell you what, that comment right there, this is the one you need to be looking out for. I've heard some incredible things about Loki, which is coming on at 3 a.m. tomorrow / tonight / when it's happening. So I will be doing full coverage of that show, fully on time, fully dedicated. It's going to be a phenomenal show. So definitely stay tuned for that. Sid and I are going to chew on this episode over the day, and we might end up switching our flash schedule to being the day after, guys. So be sure to stay tuned and click the bell so that you know what we end up doing with that. We'll either do a deep dive tomorrow and an initial reaction like just the night of. So just stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Oh, also, I just want to make like one last thing, and maybe we'll talk about this more tomorrow. But I don't think it's a coincidence either that Cisco is leaving and Wells is no longer on the show, because we know that Tom Cavanaugh and Carlos have a close relationship. So I wonder if that had something to do with it too. I just feel like Cisco and Wells leaving is sort of the beginning of the end for the Flash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it may only have 2 or 3 years left.
That's a great point.
But
no, that's a fantastic point.
Yeah.
I think that hopefully the Flash will end on a good note, kind of like the Arrow did. It had a couple off seasons, but it ended pretty strong, relatively strong to where it was. And I hope the Flash does the same thing. I do think the Flash's days are numbered right now, and you see it by the OG characters starting to drop off. If this season doesn't end in a way that is viral type and everybody in the CW world and the superhero world is talking about the finale of the Flash, then I don't think many people are going to come back for season 8, or at least they'll watch the first episode and kind of dive off, as Superman and Lois is doing really good. So with that being said, guys, let us know what you think down in the comments below. Again, we might do a deep dive deeper into what actually happened in this episode tomorrow. So be sure to click the bell so that you get a notification on your phone when we drop new videos. Yo, I put these lights on like constantly change the color, but it's always on pink. Anyway, hit the subscribe button and click the bell. Yeah, I already said click the bell, didn't I?
I don't know.
Jeremy said, what up,
said
Jay?
8 is the last season. Hi, Jay. He said
Rumor
8 might be the last season.
8 is... yeah, okay, Jay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at that. I'm sorry. It hurts to say, but I wouldn't be mad at that, especially the way the season's going now.
Don't be saying stuff like that.
I'm sorry. We got to call it like it is here on Sibz. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you know what to do if you like the video. You want to stay tuned. Jeremy Latacuente of the Latacuente Ledger is covering Loki tonight, as well as I will be covering Loki here on Sibz. So you got to watch both. What are you doing? Don't play around. You got to watch both. So subscribe to both channels and you won't miss it. Thanks, guys, so much for watching.
I'm covering The Bachelorette. So, just in case anyone wants to watch that. I'm covering that on every single Monday night it's on. So talk to me about it. There's a lot of good drama coming up. So
Sounds good.
yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Thanks, guys, so much for watching, as always. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.